All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some more of that good Throne and Liberty. So today, we're going to be playing some more ranked battlegrounds because ranked battlegrounds are wonderful, and I think they're the best PvP mode ever. So we're going to get after it. We're going to be looking to up our rank here. I found out, and there's not even anybody to hear this right now, but I'm going to tell you all anyway. Found out that if you change your timer in your settings down here under language and time, that you can actually switch it over here to the UTC. You don't want to have the local standard time. You want to have the UTC time. And then shit will actually start working. When you try and sign up for the battlegrounds, you can see my normal battlegrounds are back to working now. But now we have the stupid UTC time, which is a little upsetting. I don't really like it. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. But that's okay. That is all right. Something else that we've got going on are things over here have been unlocked, so we should go buy those up. All this new stuff that's supposed to be based on your rank. So we're going to spend like all of our Solon. We're going to have to be getting like 30,000 Solon or 30 million Solon a week, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, we want to buy that. We want to buy some of that. We want to buy some of that. We want to buy all those. We definitely want to buy that and that. 21.8 million Solon. We're gonna bammo. Get that right in there. And let's see what we get. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. We get Noble Selection Runes. I don't really know what to do with those. But let's go ahead and open up these bad boy Nebula Conquest chests. And Yuzo. Hey. We got 15 unlock stones, which is fantastic. Ring of the Silver Harbinger with maximum mana. Mana regen on the bracelet. Max health on some earrings. And collision resistance on a belt. Endurance, damage reduction, max. This actually might be a great belt for us right here with the collision resistance. So we might even keep that. Feels good. It's good. Let's go see here. What do we got? Let's go ahead and lock this down. We can hang on to it. Oh, we have two of these belts. Oh, and they both got collision resistance? No, one of them got health regen. Okay, well, what are you going to do, right? What do we got? We got skill resistance, we got collision resistance, we got stun resistance. That's probably what we'll go with that, so we don't actually need that health regen, but whatever. Max health. We've already got all our stuff on our earrings, so we might try and sell this. Let's see. Max health on some earrings. Not worth anything. Okay, noted. So we're not going to keep that. We're going to lithograph it if we can. We've got mana regen on a bracelet. And not worth anything. And then we've got maximum mana on a ring, which I'm going to be real shocked if that's worth anything. Ooh, it's worth 70. That is not the worst thing I've ever seen. We might go ahead and lock that. Maybe we'll extract it. Maybe we won't. But we do want to go over to our lithograph book here real quick and see. Yeah, we can go ahead and lithograph that bracelet. Then we can go ahead and lithograph those earrings. That feels real good. Feels real good. All right, we are moments away from being able to sign up for the battlegrounds here. And begin anew our climb to the top. Ranked battlegrounds. I'm gonna kill everyone in the ranked battlegrounds. So something I actually want to see is if I have this open for the next 10 seconds, is it going to pop without? Yeah, it is. Look at that. All right, register. Bammo. Bammo. It's that go time, boys and girls. It is that go time. I'm a little afraid. I'm really happy with where my battleground rank is right now. We ended up going down to 24. Some other people were actually able to get into the ranked battlegrounds last night, even though I wasn't able to because they probably had their UTC time on. So we have like this Pan person was able to get some extra wins and stuff over this person. So yeah, I'm a little concerned. Some other people have had more practice than me. I'm so sad. What do we got over here? We got an FTP on our team. We got two FTPs on our team. We got an info. We got two info. Oh my god, this is about to be a crazy game. We got a couple of infomies on the other team. We got a Dwagon. We got a Mihoyo. We got a Goons. Okay. Okay. I'm a little bit afraid. We are on the blue team here. But we're just going to be getting after it just as hard as we can. Gonna run the strat just like we always do because the strat has been working. We've been getting good scores. We've been helping out our team. All right. We could do this. We can get up in rank. I want to be in the top 10. I want to be a top 10 so freaking bad. Getting to those ranks I never had. Hold up. Oh, it was saying hero logged off, but I thought it was saying hero did something in the Vanguard, in the group. I thought hero was in my team. I was freaking out there for a sec. Hey, we got our speed cap. That's what it's all about right there. What it's all about right there. So here's what happens. Bam. That's the thing right there. That's how you get it done. Get in there, take mid, just bammo. Oh, did we take their side too? Oh, good job, team. Good job, team. Oh yeah, we get their speed capture. Take that away. For show. Yeah, we win in this game. Oh no. Get away from me. Get away. Taking that. Taking that. Oh, they took ours. We gotta go get ours back. On the bright side, we're hanging on to mid. Kudos to the team. Hopefully these guys can't stun me off of here. I'm going to let them take that back. I'm going to go get theirs. Oh, no, we've got somebody already over there. Boop. Oh, no, he got it. Whoops. Oh, I died. Ruh-roh. Yeah, I was going to go over there and get theirs, but then I saw that guy was already over there. Had to turn around. We did lose mid. Things are going very poorly for us right now. And it's because our whole team was clumped up on the mid that whole time. It was great to hold that, and that's not a bad thing, but you got to rotate faster. We lost all of the side objectives And our whole team was still just chilling in mid for a while before finally realizing and trying to make a rotation. And now it looks like we're kind of getting pushed back into our side here. And you can't let that happen, right? You got to go and do other things. You can't let the enemies trap you like that. It looks like they're trying to get their side over here. So we're going to go try and get it right back or try and stop them. Whichever comes first. Alright, now let's go see about some mid. Are we not getting our side back? I saw lots of people. Oh god, that's all their team. Oh, I've got a teammate clicked here, so I'm not. Why are we not getting this side back? Okay, well, you're slow capping against a collision tank, so that's super smart. Why can't I press F? Okay, a teammate was already getting it. Cool. I love it when stuff's broken. I'm pretty sad about the way these scores are rolling out right now. I'm mildly concerned that we might have some win trading going on because there are people from similar guilds on each side. So I could see them potentially being in cahoots to like win trade and stuff. How did they end up getting that back? I could have sworn I got that guy off of there before he got it. Whatever. We got our speed buff back, like, right away. Get your slow capping ass out of there, dude. Stop with that shit. Jesus fuck. Get the speed cap if you're going to try and cap things and get out of the way. Crime in Italy. Slow your speed cap. Haha. Get dumpstered, nerd. Look at how much of my team is back at the fucking spawn, though. Every freaking game with this shit. Trying to get over there to try and collision that dude, but too much damage. Can't believe how badly we're losing this game. So sad. So freaking sad. Rank 11 though. Feel good about that. Got my 6 caps. Got some assists. Got some heals. Decent score. Would have liked to have gotten a little more score than that. But 3rd rank on my whole team. Yeah, let's go see if we can find, because we had some Infamy peeps. And some other peeps on our team. And I don't know who this person is, but we had a healer, a wand orb healer with 150,000 healing. I did 60,000 healing. Right, this FTP person, wand orb again, another healer, only 249k. Right, these are 2 of the top PvP guilds. And you're telling me that they didn't manage to heal, like, at all? Are you kidding me? That feels very win tradey to me. Feels very much like those people were just there to help the other team's Infamy players and Dwagon players. Of course, here's a couple of Infamy and Dwagon players who also have just, like, nothing. It's almost like they shouldn't even exist. That's so weird to me. How could the, like, top PvP guilds in my server... Oh, I didn't realize Ethereum played this game. That's crazy, honestly. That's crazy. Well, that was pretty unfortunate. Dropped down to rank 59. Fuck me. Did we end up with enough points there, though, to buy... Nope. Still need 12 more points to buy our last box here. I can definitely see this being a problem, though. I like the solo. I think the solo join thing is extremely good. But just like games like League of Legends and stuff like that have had issues with win trading, you know, people signing up for matches and trying to get into matches together, and then, you know, somebody just win trading and stuff to try and boost other people's ranks and shit. That's always going to be an issue when it comes to competitive PvP modes, ranked PvP modes. And so you do have to have some way to help combat that, because I definitely think it's going to happen. I definitely think it is already happening in this. So we've got this person again, this MGMT. That was that healer that was, I mean, totally useless, basically. We've got another FTP player, but we've got FTPs and Infamies and Unhinged and all that stuff on each team. So we'll take another look at the end of the combat here. and see see how we feel again. And we're gonna keep looking for some of those same names, and we're gonna see if we see them maybe do better sometimes and then do worse sometimes. And so if you know they're doing like really good in the top 5 sometimes, and then sometimes they're all the way down in the bottom 5, that's not really like, oh, I had a bad game. That's win trading. My rank stays pretty stable. I would imagine most other people's do too. So we'll take a look. We'll keep eyes out. We'll see what happens. We're just going to keep doing our thing, and we're going to keep trying real hard. And we're going to keep running our strat. Need to break more boxes. Need to break more boxes for sure. I didn't really get a chance to break boxes last time. The other team was just way more on top of the top side, the north side, than my team was last time. Nice. Oop. Damn. Accidentally took both of those. I didn't mean to. But we do have double buff here. Or we do have a speed cap buff and some relentless steel. So let's go over here with our speed cap. And let's take this bad boy. Boom. Got it straight away. Good job. I feel happy about that. We're going to take that. Take that. Yo, what's up, Chris? How are you? Getting in some of those rank fights here. All right, got theirs. Going back to ours now. We still own mid. They're trying to take mid right now. We might end up having to go back over there. Oh, looks like we're holding mid pretty good. We got ours. Hey, we're way up. Let's try and get some points. Is the boxes back? Yeah, boxes are back. Nice. A couple of relentless steals. Okay, they've got theirs back, so let's go back over to where they were at on their side. Let's go see about getting those. So as you can see, my whole team is concentrated in the mid right now. Almost nobody's helping me on these sides. So if their team wises up and starts contesting me over here, I'm not super high CP. I'm not super strong. I can be defeated pretty easily by people with power-ups. Yep. If I don't have support on these side lanes and anybody on the other team decides to come to these side lanes, all of my ability, doing good, just finished beating Battlefield 6 campaign. Oh, nice. How was that? Was it fun? I didn't even know Battlefield games had campaign modes. If I'm being perfectly honest, I've never played a Battlefield game. Okay, we got our speed cap buff, which means we're right back in it. They just took ours here, so we're going to cap it right back. Who is your father, and what does he do? All right, I got it. I did die, but I got it. The team has got to get out of the mid, and we've got to start getting some support, right? We lost the mid. Everybody has been in the mid this whole game, and we lost it, which is atrocious. Don't know what I'm going to play next, to be honest. I mean, you could play some Battlefield, like, PVP mode, if you enjoyed it. We got our speed cap back. We're going to go see... Oh, we've got mid already. Been cheaters already? Yeah, there's always going to be cheaters. That's just kind of par for the course. All right, let's go see if we can go get their side back here. They got our side in the mid back. We're slightly ahead, but only very slightly. They've taken mid. Looks like we've got some people trying to take mid. Friends are trying hard to convince you to download New World. Yeah. I mean, it's still a good game. It's just not in a good spot because it's ending, you know? Did we get it back? Nope. Nope, and I died. Yeah, I just don't have the CP for that middle fight. And we've got so many people in that middle fight already. Honestly, I was just wasting time there. That was stupid. Let them know I'm good, because after you get to 70, there's nobody running the raids anymore. Even with the server merges, no monkey farms either. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, I would just want to play for the OPR, if I'm being perfectly honest, and the catacombs. I don't much care about a lot of that other content. I like the PvP stuff in New World, and I mean, the raids were cool. Honestly, the raids are actually probably some of the best raids in any MMO. But I could live with just OPR. The OPR is taking longer queue times. I mean, I imagine it would be. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that I'm not playing it. It's because I knew it was going to die. And so I came back to Throne. You can't keep a game running that's not going to get content updates anymore. Nobody's going to play that. We got somebody trying to get this back. Nope. Ooh, I died. I got popped. That sucks. But hey, team's got most of the capture points right now, even though we're losing a couple of them. Maybe we'll get some points here, catch up a little bit. Give me back my speed cap buff. Come on, game. There it is. There it is. Got it right back. Ooh, and a relentless steel. Damn. That's okay. Let's go in here, get whatever this will give me. Hey, we got one reinforced steel out of that. Hey, but I got it back right before I died. That's all right. Sometimes you just gotta stick with it, you know? Sometimes you just gotta stick with it. We're at 7 caps so far this game. And this is a real problem, right? I keep getting tons of caps in these games. And then I keep not winning them because the other team always has a higher multiplier than us. Because I keep getting back capped because nobody is supporting this side lane like at all in these last 2 games. It's ridiculous. These 2 people should not be able to do this, right? Get to this. Look at all this. Look at this huge mass of people we've got fighting over at ×2. I guess it's a ×4 now there. Okay, well, we can actually go try and support that maybe. But we've got all these people fighting over the mid, which we own, which is great. But we're low. We're down on multipliers right now, right? The other team has more multipliers than us. And so if you're down on multipliers, you can't be in a fight. You've got to be getting capture points. All right, let's go see if we can help get this freaking ×4 in our base. Because they're trying to slow cap it, and that's never going to work. Got a fast cap. Oh, they've got like a hefty tank over here. But I can fast cap it. And this person's slow capping it, which means I can stand here and trade with this person all day. Because I can hold this point longer than they can. Nice, good work. Now there's too many of us, though. We've lost everything else. There were a couple of us doing it, and then we were holding it, and then like 16 people showed up to try and help us do the thing we were already doing. If you're not adding value, you're taking it away. Yo, what's up, Postmortem? How are you? You know, just trying to get my rank up in ranked battlegrounds in Throne and Liberty. And it's not going so well. All right, we got the mid back. Good job. We've got like everything right now. This is fantastic. Doing so good, team. Keep it up. We might. Damn. We started to make a comeback. Rank 9. Fucking 10 caps, dude. 10 caps. I bet you that's more than the rest of my team combined. Let's go look. 0, 0, 0, 1, 6. There's nice. So 7, 8 total. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So the rest of my team had 15 and I had 10. That's how that went. Which is fine. I'm a tank. My job is to cap things, right? So I don't expect anybody but the other 4 tanks on my team to be focusing on capping. I expect the other DPSs and stuff on my team to support that, though. Too many of the DPSs go fight in the middle of the map, and they just fight over that one point in the middle. And that's great. That's how you get, your highest scores, personal scores, and stuff like that, because there's lots of targets there. But if you don't go to the outsides and you don't make sure that those outsides are staying capped and getting capped and get those kills out there, then you're just losing the game for your team, because you're getting less points for kills if you don't have multipliers. And I can't, right? If the other team has a couple of DPSs that go to the outside and kill me from time to time, then I can't keep up with their tanks who are holding those outside points, right? It becomes a 2v1 or a 3v1 or whatever, and then I just lose. And so it doesn't matter if I can get the caps, because I'm not able to hold them. I'm not able to, do any of that. And then all that fighting you're doing in the center, you have less multiplier than the enemy team, so you're basically just helping them win. You have to go to the outside lane. It is so, so important. Let's see. Do I even want this? Probably not. Band of Brutal Agony. Let's see if the Band of Brutal Agony lithograph is worth anything. Band of Brutal Agony, 315. It's not worth anything. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll use it up. But I'm just losing right now, so my rank is just tanking. This feels so bad because I'm being in the top, 10 or so. I think I was rank 11 and then I was rank 8 overall in those matches. So I'm doing pretty well, and I'm just not quite able to push my team over the edge, which is really unfortunate. Like, really unfortunate. Yeah, so we've played 10 games so far. We won our first 5 games. And then after that, we've lost 4 and won 1, which is really unfortunate. And it's just killing our freaking rank. New World is getting some server merges soon, so maybe some of that stuff will be possible if you want later. Yeah, Chris. So it does look like... I thought they merged all the servers already, but I guess maybe they still haven't quite merged all of them. But it does look like Cheesy Snacks was saying that there might be some server mergers happening. So maybe that stuff won't be so bad. But, I mean, again, I don't think that the game is worth going back to, but, to hang out with your friends, maybe. Oh, this is so depressing, dude. You know what I didn't look at? I didn't look at the scores of those 2 people that I thought were win trading earlier, like I wanted to. But let's register for another one. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep going. It is the weekend, right? This is Friday sort of afternoon right now. Yeah, Postmortem. New World has no more content development. The game is still playable, and it has had some really good changes to it here recently. So for people who really enjoyed the game, it is still sort of a viable play option. But yeah, they have decided to close down the studio basically and stop actively developing content for the game. Which is maybe the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. In my whole life. Game was looking so good. So, but I thought they were sundowning the servers at the end of next year. Yeah, something like that. They said through 2026. And they said they would give us a 6-month warning before. So through 2026 doesn't technically mean through the end of 2026. But I mean, that would still mean a year, right? And so I would be more than happy to play a game for a year. If it was just like the most incredible game I'd ever played. I think New World was getting to a good spot. So this is my problem, is all the changes that have been made to New World over the last 6 or so months have been really positive changes and have steadily been making the game better. And I don't think it was in like its final form, but I think it had a really good opportunity to be in a better position if they continued on the trend that they were on. And so it's not worth it to me to keep playing because we haven't gotten there yet. And if there's not going to be any more content updates, there's no additional stuff for um, there's no more stuff for improving the catacombs. They had a battle royale mode planned that they already had like some maps for and stuff that is now never going to get implemented. There's not going to be any balancing or changes to the new weapon, the daggers that they just put out a few weeks ago or a week ago. There's not going to be any new OPR maps, which is a huge mode. There's not going to be any changes or improvements to the war system, which there needed to be some really good changes to the war system. There's just all these things that we could have started working on, and we saw them starting to make changes to those things and improve those things. And then they were like, oh, I know we've put in all this work and we've made these huge changes, and everybody is saying that everything that we're doing is so good, but we're going to give up. Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, your best hitter's up to bat, and you're just like, we forfeit. What an absolute fucking clown show. Personally, so I hate New World's gathering system. I love the sounds to New World's gathering, but New World's gathering system is like the most basic version of gathering you can get, right? It's run in a big ass circle and whack the same nodes over and over and over again. It's trash, but it sounded good. And there was enough variety in the materials you were getting. And, crafting had some choices and stuff. But again, the crafting was just a menu. So it was sort of the best version of the worst version of gathering and crafting you could have. Um, and so in that light, it was good enough. But they totally could have done other things with it. They were starting all these perk charms and stuff like that. I never went too hard. Usually had it on my other screen, just walking around gathering during raids on WoW. It was common. So I think a lot of people maybe do that, but there are a lot of people like me, I think, who want gathering and crafting and stuff like that to be our main focus of the game. And with a system that's that basic, it can't be. I want to be an artisan in an MMO game. Like, I like playing PvP and stuff, and that stuff is a lot of fun. But if you gave me a really, really good gathering and crafting system that was skill expressive and that was interesting and that was, dynamic and consistently changed like PvP modes do, then I would do that instead of PvP 100 times out of 100. I play PvP modes not because I'm particularly interested in PvPing, but because it's the most dynamic system in the game. So that's why I like doing it. That's what kind of makes me excited for the new update for Eve. Oh, are they having a cool new update for Eve? Are they changing crafting and gathering in some way? Because crafting and gathering in Eve is the worst version of the worst system. because you literally just sit there on grid for hours, and then all of the crafting is just, queue it up in a screen and then wait, for 10 hours. It's literally as bad as it can get as far as I'm concerned. Everybody just run into the middle and shit. Oh yeah, look at that. Taking the speed cap buff. Not even a tank. Can't cap shit. I hate this game. I hate all the people who play this game. What are you trying to do? Why are there so many of the enemies in our backfield? This is dumb. They just chased me around for a while. That was hilarious. Oh yeah, did I just get 3 reinforced steals in a row? I did. That felt so good. I still don't have my speed cap buff. I'm pretty upset about that. Freaking nerds, dude. Chasing me around trying to kill me. I'm a tank, dude. Do you even know what that means? I'm not some half a tank with a great sword either. I'm a whole ass tank with an orb. I got shields and I still don't have the speed capture buff. We are minutes into this game and I don't have my buff. This is so freaking depressing. Can I please get my speed capture buff so I can do anything useful? I mean, my team is winning. That's great. Kudos to y'all, I guess. But I haven't accomplished squat yet. So obnoxious. I've got lots of relentless steel buffs, right? I'm up to 11 relentless steels. This feels great. If I had my speed cap buff, I'd just be like destroying right now. 12 relentless steels, 13 relentless steels. Hey, there's my speed capture. Okay. Let's go be a part of something now. Somebody's capturing our side here. We're going to go take that right back. Okay, an ally is going to take that right back. We're going to go over to their side then because they're capturing their side. With 14 relentless steels, I'm going to be extremely tanky and hard to kill. Okay, well this is a big old fight, so I don't need to be a part of that. Can we maybe... Looks like people are taking these people off as well. Nice. I went out there with all of my relentless steel buffs and just got annihilated. So that was cool. My team, I don't understand. I've done so well in the past 2 fights and lost. And now I'm just not doing squat. and my team is winning. I don't understand. I'm pretty frustrated about it though. I can't believe how long it took me to get the speed capture buff. Okay, we got another speed capture buff. Bummer. Good luck in the games. Got to take my pup out before I head out. Have a good night. Yeah, you too, Postmortem. Thanks for stopping by. Have yourself a great day. I'm going to end up winning this game that I'm going to get my lowest score on of the day. And that's going to make me mad. I don't like it. I'm going to get the least captures of any game I've been in today. I'm going to get the least points. I don't even know what's happening in my life right now. Hey, we got the speed cap. There's so many people who still capture things without the speed cap buff. And it drives me insane. Please stop. Please stop. I hate you. See how fast that goes? Okay, we gotta get out of here. Go to their side. There's plenty of people with better collision and stun chance and stuff like that than me. Let's go down here and get their boxes. Nice, more speed cap. I especially like getting speed caps on the side of the enemy, because that means that the enemy isn't getting speed caps, right? I just took all their boxes. I took 2 chances for speed caps away from them just now, which is incredibly valuable. Oh my god, stop capping with no... You're a DPS. If they come over here, you're just going to get exploded. God, you are so lucky. Stop trying to take away my job. Alright, they got theirs back. Let's go steal theirs again. Nerd. Well, rank 11. So we actually didn't do all that bad. We did really bad in the beginning because it took us a long time to get our first speed cap, and we only got 2 captures. But 142 boxes, 4,000 points. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Well, we got another win there, which feels great. Should bump us back up some ranks. I'm very happy about that. Let's see where we're at. 72 now. Staying in the top 100 will be nice. I don't know even what the total rank is, like how deep the thing goes. Let's see, there's 1,000. So it at least goes all the way down to 1,000 at 0 and 1. So there's at least that. Max mana is probably not going to be any use at all. So we'll go ahead and just add that right in there. Feels good. Come on, last person, click the button. You can do it. I believe in you. No, you can't. All right. Misplaced belief.
Here's what we have in stock.
But it does look like we've gotten basically all of our stuff here. Let's go ahead and try and get as many of these as we can get with what we have there. Because I need more runes, right? Runes are one of the power-up systems that I still have available to me. It's not just gear, but also getting my runes and my weapon mastery up. Come on now, let's get in the game. I guess while we're waiting, we can go down to Castleton here. And we can restart some refining. We'll go to our Amatoy house, get some more salt going. back to the Amatoy house. Oh, why am I suddenly not queued for the battlegrounds? How do I have a matchmaking penalty? Are you fucking kidding me? Did y'all see it come up over here? I didn't see it come up over here. I hate this game. Oh, fucking Christ, dude.
This is no ordinary product. It is something truly unique, something that brings dignity to any space.
What am I gonna do for the next 16 minutes? Guess I'll just fucking pick my asshole. What a useless waste of my time.
This is no ordinary product. It is something truly unique, something that brings dignity to any space.
Hey, Stepson made it up into rank 1. Wow, which means these folks have just been losing. That sucks. That's crazy. Been a lot of people losing today. I am still at least in the top 10 tanks. That makes me happy.
If you find yourself holding on to it longer than you care to admit, you've likely found the right one.
But only 4 more wins than losses. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. I don't know why it started giving me diminishing returns on my wins. Right? Like, why did I get 10 points and then 9 points and then 9 points and then 9 points and then 8 points? So you always lose way more than you gain. I don't know. This system is a little weird to me, I think. Because I think you're only gaining points. Well, okay, so I think you're gaining points and losing points based on your rank compared to the other people you're up against. Which, so like the better you do, the less points you're able to get, and the more points you lose. I don't know. But a 63% win rate, I mean, at least with a 63% win rate, we should probably continue to be on an upward point trend. Which is what we're looking for. We were at a 75% win rate, so we're on a downward win rate percentage trend right now, which shows in the fact that our rank has actually gone down. Because we were at 24, we're now at 79. We were at 130 something points, I think. And now we're only 121. The gap between us and the top people isn't very high, though, right? If I can get a couple of wins in a row, every win is going to give me 8 or 9 points. So 2 wins would put us, say, plus 16 would put us right about here at, 15 or 16. Or potentially even higher, right? We could go as high as, say, 11 or 12 out of just 2 consecutive wins. So there's a huge amount of swing going on right now in this because of how many games we've played and how tight everything is. I'm like 4 consecutive wins behind the top place person. Which is weird because that's not how many more wins they have. So they have 6 more wins than they have losses. I have 3 more wins than I have losses. So if I were to get to 6 more, I would actually still be behind this person by a significant amount. Because I'd only get 8 or 9 points. So I'd still be like 5 points behind this person. It's weird. It's real weird. There was somebody yesterday on Reddit I was looking at late at night yesterday. And they were talking about how they wished that the amount of points you gained or lost reflected in how many points you earned during the fight. And so, like, if you were in the top 5 or whatever, but your team still lost, they wanted you to lose fewer points. And I really hope that doesn't happen, because if that happens, people are going to start specifically going out of their way to do whatever they can to get the most points they can. And that is not necessarily... Oh, I have 3 of these to sell. Nice. That is not necessarily a good way to win the game. Because the best way to get the most points, if you're a DPS, is to just go sit in the middle and get in that big fight, right? Because that's where all the targets are, so your AoEs are getting you more assists, your attacks are getting you more kills, it's easier, right? There's no downtime between kills. And so if that was the case, if they were to make it like that, we would end up with tons and tons of people who are literally just out for their score. And it would destroy the PvP. There would be no integrity in there at all. Winning wouldn't be the goal anymore. People would just be out for themselves, out for their scores. And it would suck. It feels good to get a nice high score, but it feels even better to win. And if you're forsaking your team's victory, you shouldn't be rewarded for forsaking your team's ability to win for the sake of protecting yourself from big swings and points. The way to protect yourself from big swings and points is to do everything you can to win the match. And I do need to get stronger. being 6400 CP, you've noticed, I'm sure, on a couple of occasions that I go in, and there are definitely tanks that are way stronger than me. We've seen where there would be multiple people beating on a tank, and that tank is still able to, stand and cap and resist and, prevent caps and stuff like that I'm not really able to do as well because there are a lot of people with a lot more collision resist, and I just don't have the staying power that some of those better tanks have. So I do need to improve my CP. I need to improve my tankiness. I need to do a lot of that stuff, and we're working on it. We'll get there. As a free-to-play player, we're just not going to be there yet. It's honestly going to take a few months at least. We've got a month and a half before Season 1. Right, we're in a preseason right now. So Season 1 happens in December. So we'll be getting after it for Season 1. Hopefully. We'll do a lot better in Season 1 than we're doing right now. I really want to be in the top 10, and I want to stay in the top 10, right, for a whole season. Day 1 to the final day. Top 10. It'd be really cool if I could be like the #1 tank for a whole season. That would kick ass. Just going to do a couple of minutes of fishing here because actually I don't seem to be getting right out here. I can get these Aurora starfish, but I don't seem to be getting them right here, which is really strange to me. So I can just come over here and fish into the ocean instead of in this little bay and get Aurora starfish, no problem. Sometimes the fishing in this game is a little weird. But yeah, while we're waiting for our stupid abandonment timer to go down so that we can freaking play some more BGs, we're going to catch some fish because we're trying to get our cooking up. Okay, well, apparently I can't get freaking fish out here either, or starfish out here either. Give me my stuff, dude. Sure thing, game. I believe you. This isn't a lie at all. Alright, let's go into the battlegrounds. 4 more minutes. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know who this person is outside of my apartment that's playing their music so loud it's rattling my apartment. But that person needs to jump off a building. I hate them. So inconsiderate. There's no way that you're getting any value out of your music being that loud, right? It starts to distort everything. Your sound system isn't that good, I promise. Right? You live in my neighborhood, you're not that well off. Turn it down and enjoy your music. Don't be a twit. Okay, how come I can't get any starfish? What is going on? I've literally fished right here. Right? The last time I was getting starfish, I was fishing off of this little island thing, literally 5 feet away from me. Not that big one. This little one right here. How was I getting starfish here and I can't get starfish over there? Watch, this is a starfish. Nope. Ooh, barracuda. Okay, game. I'm gonna need you to give me some starfish. This is getting old fast. There we go. Finally got one. Let's go look in the battlegrounds. Can we finally register? Hey, we can finally register. Rank only dropped all the way down to 81. No big deal. All right, we're not going to do anything while we wait. In case it decides we're not going to go anywhere, we're not going to fish. In case it decides to not show me the screen or something. Because that was gross. That drip of water that's showing up right here. Thought it was a fish coming out of the water. Like jumping or something. I had never seen that before and I was like, wait, what? Come on, baby, let me in. There we go. There it is. Shawarma Shuffle. FTP, FTP. Offense. Offense, Dwagon, FTP. We'll see. We're on the other side this time. We're on the red team. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to keep that in mind. I get backwards. I sort of wish that your team was always the same color. You know, it was always you were blue and the enemy was red. Regardless of which team you were on. My old ass brain can't do this back and forth shit. But that's a minor complaint. It's certainly not going to stop me from playing. Need my speed cap. Hey, we got it. Now let's go get our spot back. Oh, please stop with the slow caps, dude. Okay, well. Okay, this is the only one that needs to get captured. There's like a bunch of tanks versus a bunch of tanks over here. Everybody seems to be slow capping. Okay, well. Y'all seem to have that fight well in hand. Okay, sure. That was reasonable. Can I please use my skills? That'd be cool. I was targeted on some other nerd in my group. So I threw off all my healings on somebody else. That was cool. Can I please stop being targeted on that nerd? Get my speed cap. Gonna leave that other one down there for some teammate. Time to go capture points. Not that we actually seem to need to capture any points. It looks like we own basically everything. So let's go steal boxes from my enemies. Because the less buffs they can have, the better for us, right? No reinforced steel. No, none of that. Oh, that's a tank buster if I ever seen one. That was fun. Waste some enemy time there. Alright, they took back the mid. Let's go back over here. Oop, that guy fell through the hole. Alright, looks like they got... No, we still own everything. We're red this time. Taking all the enemy's points. Oh, I wanted to steal that speed cap from him. I did steal a couple of reinforced steels from him, though. That felt good. I do not need to, nor do I want to fight this person. That was fun. You know, a skill that I keep forgetting to use is that when I'm being attacked. I use my shields and stuff and I keep myself alive well. But if I would use my counter barrier more, I would do a lot more damage. And a lot of those people that were chasing me around trying to kill me would be forced to give up because they'd be dying. And that'd be great. Really kind of need to get my head out of my ass with that. We have the speed cap. Okay, going somewhere else. Yeah, the fact that I've only had 2 caps this time is so depressing. Nice. A couple of reinforced steels that they can't get now. Hell yeah. They took theirs back, so let's go get it. Yoink. Hey, and now we get all these boxes. Yeah, steal that speed cap. Ooh. I exploded. I exploded bad there. We didn't do so good there, but rank 10. Still in the top 10 in ranks. Got 3 caps, got 103 boxes. I think there really is some value in those situations where my team's doing really well. In going back into their backfield like that, absorbing some time. Right, there were a lot of people who were chasing me around in their backfield there, trying to kill me. And that, keeps people from getting to the actual fight, which I think is valuable. And then getting their boxes, right? Those boxes are kind of their initial boost to being able to get out and try and fight back against our players. And so getting some of their boxes in their backfield and stuff, I think, has some value as well. So we'll just have to remember to focus on that a little bit. When our team is doing a really good job of getting all of the things, doing the objectives and stuff like that, like they should be. Because I'm still not really useful in a fight, right? I can push and pull some people, but so many people are really high in the collision resistance in the BGs, and I'm just not. My raw stats aren't there, so I can't go push people around in fights. Even the DPSs and stuff sometimes have enough collision resistance to resist me, so we don't want to set ourselves up for failure like that. But hey, 1 win takes us up to rank 45, which feels good. If we go look in here, I actually think I got quite a few points for that victory. Except for some reason it's not showing me my current record. Hello? There we go. Yeah, so we got +9 there. So +9 for the last 2 wins. So we've gone from 170 something, I think, or 140 something, up to 40 something, just with 2 wins. So some pretty big swings. But we're back up to a 75% win rate with 8 wins and 4 losses, right? No, 66? Yeah, 66%, not 75. To get to 75, we have to get to 12 wins. So we got another 4 wins to go, which is crazy. But yeah, exciting. Really want to stay in the top 100. So we pretty much can't lose. But we need to get at least 1 more win before we get a loss. Because if we get a loss, we'll lose 10 or 11 points. We'll go back down to 120. Or, yeah, 1,020. And if we go down to 1,020, then we're going to come all the way down here. We'll be somewhere in this, like, 90, maybe 94. Or we could potentially, if we lose 11, we'll drop all the way down to 142 again. So I got 2 wins. If I get 1 loss, I'll basically go all the way back down to where I was at, which would be awful. Making no progress, baby. No progress. No loss. Can't lose. If we get another win, then we'll go up to like 139 points, probably. If we get to 139 points, we would be pretty high in the ranks. If we get to 138 even, we'd be really high. Where did Step Son go? There's Step Bro. Oh, Step Son dropped. He got 2 losses. Ouch. That sucks. Get Shawarma Shuffle on our team again. I really hope that they continue to work on the battlegrounds and that we don't just end up sticking with one map. And I hope they do it fairly soon. You can't just have one map for stuff. This is no bueno. You gotta have a couple maps. And they've got to be really different. Something that New World was doing really well was their OPR maps were significantly different than each other. And so I would really like to see something like that with this game, where the whole dynamic changes, right? This one's really open. You've got rooftop access and stuff like that. Having one that wasn't so open would be cool. Having one that was bigger would be cool. Having one that was laid out different, so maybe it was 1 close on each side and then 3 across the middle would be cool. I mean, there's so many different possibilities for setting that stuff up and creating a good, diverse, dynamic system where every fight doesn't just feel the same. And that's really what we need, right? We don't want the fights feeling the same. Okay, we're going this way. Oop. I'm gonna stand like right on top of this guy, so maybe they like target me instead of him. Nice. Good cap. Good job. Gonna go try and cap theirs now. Damn. I really wanted to stop them from getting that speed cap right there. That would have been awesome. But let's steal a couple of their buffs back here. Because we own, oh no, we don't own a lot. They took over a bunch of stuff. They took over mid, they took over our side. So I'm just kind of fucking up over here right now. But let's try and snag mid back real quick, sneaky style. Sneaky, sneaky. Haha, nerds. And then we'll go back towards our side. See if we can't get that. There's a pretty big fight going on there right now, which is kind of weird. Then they are also taking over their side. So depending on what the status is here. This is how you do it right here. Just running around capping shit. Oh, you little shit. All right. Now, hopefully that dude left. Let's get back up there. Ooh, we got another ally already grabbing. They're trying to take our times too, which is, I think, always a terrible idea. I don't think getting the enemy times two is really all that valuable unless you're like a super tank and you can just go hold it and fuck with the enemy team the whole time. We're not getting this capture. Oh, they're getting ours. Okay, let's go stop them from getting ours. Or go recap it. And then we didn't get theirs, which is rough. Also, I am no longer on a speed cap buff. So we're going to go need to hit the buffs up real hard here. I can't believe I haven't gotten a speed cap buff in all this time. Still no speed cap buff. What the hell? That's bad. There we go. All right, now we can get this back. Because I would have had that, right? That person would have never even got to me to try and stop me if I had a speed cap buff. And that's why it's so important. Is it just removes opportunity for somebody to take away or to get you knocked off there. You have to have it. You cannot cap without it. Not with any sort of efficacy, anyway. Use my transform to try and go ahead and get this. Nice. The middle is important. Using the transform for the middle is good. Because we'll probably keep that for a while. At least I hope so. Because there's lots of tanks and stuff that go in there. And that person's using a slow cap like I did. They might get knocked off of there. We'll re-up our speed cap here. Yeah, we're still holding on to mid. It looks like we're going to get ours here. It looks like they're getting theirs. So let's run across here. Yeah, it looks like Obejo is going over there as well, so we'll go with them. And just make sure that they can't get this one. Can I please cast skills? Preferably not on my ally. Hey, we got it. Good for us. Let's go make sure they don't get any points. That's a big point right there that they missed. They've got mid. Let's go fight over mid here. See, this is crazy. The fight got pushed out, and there's nobody standing here trying to cap this. Oh, I just got murked. I know we've got at least 4 tanks in this map. So there should be 4 people running around trying to cap stuff pretty much all the time. Because that's just your job as tank, right? Capping stuff and stopping the enemy from capping stuff. If you're a really good collision tank, then maybe I could see some value in staying in the mid and just trying to hold mid hard and stop the enemy team from being able to get it. But otherwise, you can't be staying in the same place really as a tank, because your job is to keep things getting capped. Keep pushing that stuff. That person's on a slow cap. There's no way that they're going to be able to consistently resist me, right? They kept that person from getting it. Good job. Alright, y'all don't need me there anymore, so it's time to move on over here. Capture this. That person is wicked fast. What's up? Alright, we got that capture down. Let's head back to the middle. The middle's scary for me, you know. I'm not really all that strong, but I cap super fast, and if they're not paying really close attention, we get to ninja cap it. That's really what's been helping me score so many points this time, is I've got to ninja cap a bunch of stuff, because the other team just hasn't quite been paying close enough attention. I mean, I've ninja capped that mid like 3 times this game. Well, they broke out a golem. Thankfully, it's the end of the game. And so I don't think that golem's going to be enough, right? I'm going to take all their boxes in here. Those are my boxes. They got mid back. Hey, and we got another win. Good job. Rank 6. One of the best games I've had so far. I feel like I was super effective in that game. We got ourselves 8 caps, 130 boxes destroyed. Very, very nice. It was a pretty close game too, right? We had the top 2, but then they had number 3, then we had number 4, then they had number 5, then we had number 6, and they had number 7. So they were doing a pretty good job in there, keeping things pretty tight and close. Looks like they had a person down here that was totally useless. Staff bow. I mean, they were in the fights, right? They took a lot of damage. They took probably more damage than I did. Yeah, I only took 74k. That's actually pretty funny. That's actually real funny. Yeah, good fight. Feels good. Feels real good. Let's see where we're at now. Up to rank 23, baby. Back to where we were at the beginning of the day. That feels good. So we were 6 and 2, and now we're 9 and 4. So our ratio right now is the same as it was earlier when we got started. So we've come back to the same win-loss ratio. Let's see, how much longer do we have before the battlegrounds close? They go until 0:30 in the UTC, which is an hour and 15 minutes from now. Wow, we got lots of time. We're going to get more fights in today than we got in yesterday, which is going to feel great if we can get some wins, right? If we can keep those rankings going. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks ahead of me. I'm right behind Steps on here, so I'm the rank 5 tank, which feels great. Especially, I'm playing way more games than the rest of these. Way more games. But we're starting to see a creep up, right? The first place person right now is all the way up at 1,059. So slowly but surely, the lead players are creeping up in the scores, which is cool. I'll be interested to see how high we can get the scores. Just got to keep that win-loss ratio, right? We're at 3/5 right now. 3/5 wins, 2/5 loss, I think. 9 and 4. No, it's better than that. What's our win-loss ratio right now? 69%. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't know if it's easier or harder. I guess it's easier to have a good win-loss record in a non-skill-based matchmaking system. So, if this was like League of Legends, I'd only be playing against people as good as me. Which, in this case, would mean really good people. It's funny, because in League, I'm hard stuck, like, bronze. I can't do anything in League of Legends. I just constantly get dumpstered. So the fact that we're doing so well here is really strange to me. But I'm loving it. Let me tell you. Absolutely freaking loving it. Back on the blue team. I'm going to have to finally get back into the Throne and Liberty Discord so I can get in there and talk smack to all these nerds. Mana regen, melee endurance on some gloves. Strength, dex, hit chance, collision chance. Ooh, we might actually be keeping these. Are these the heavy gloves? Yeah, they're the plate gloves. We might actually use the plate gloves because they've got that collision chance. And I need a pair of gloves, right? I haven't started leveling up a pair of gloves. And that collision chance. My whole build now is 100% going to be focused on doing the battlegrounds. And I kind of always knew it was going to be because I knew the ranked was coming, and so I've been working in that direction. But now for sure, I'm enjoying ranked so much. I'm doing really well at it. This particular game mode really suits my personal player skills. ever since the old days of Guild Wars 1, I've been a runner, which is to just be a tank that either takes people places that they normally shouldn't be getting to. So I've actually run a level 1 character from the very start of Guild Wars all the way to the Ascension in Ascalon. And then ascended that character by doing all of the Ascension stuff for them. All the missions and stuff solo. And ascended a character in level 2. So, like, that's just what my skill set is. They're not even capturing their own side over here. What's going on? We're just gonna blitz over here and see if we can't grab this bad boy. Oh, what's that? Y'all are trying to have a fight? Don't worry about me. I'm just swooping your spot. And taking all of your boxes. My boxes. All right, they took mid. Let's go get mid. Wow, somebody was able to collision me even with my big. That's crazy. Okay, well, somebody else on my team is on there. Well, looks like we own everything else that we need to own right now. Oh my gosh, how can I keep getting... That's so bad. Their collision is so high. This is crazy. Oh, I was so close. Oh, I got popped. I honestly can't believe that we weren't able to get that. That sucks. Those tanks are so high collision. That's crazy. Okay, well, it is a waste of my time to fight over that middle one with tanks that just have better gear than me. I am not going to be able to... Not going to be able to help at all with that. So we're going to try and get our speed capture buff back. That person just snagged it. Fuck me. I was selected on an ally. I wasn't going to be able to use... Holy crap, holy. Can you not? Come on, buff. Hey, we got it. I heard the sound. Okay, not going to be a help there. Going back to mid. Even though I shouldn't go back to mid. Okay, my golem dude is getting in my way. Okay, no help there. So go back to 2. Good deal. Go back to our side, see if we can't help there. We can. Yay for us. Ooh, ouch. They got a block off on me or something and then just fucked my whole world up. I'm kind of getting dumpstered on this game. Haven't had nearly enough captures, haven't had nearly enough points. There's our speed cap buff, nice. Red took over our side again, so let's go back up there and try and get it back. They've got some really, really good tanks on their team that are just stopping us from capturing points. Alright, we got ours back. They've got mid. I really just can't do anything in mid most of the time. I mean, I guess we can try, but... I'm just not strong enough for that mid fight. At all. They took our side, they're trying to take their side. Can I please? No. Press the button. Thank you. There we go. Fudge knockers. This is a close ass game. But I got knocked out of the fight there, and that's no bueno. I think my best option now is to try and open as many of these close boxes as I can. Oh, we don't have. We were up when it came to multipliers. Now we're back down. I don't have a speed cap buff, so I can't help change that right now. Which puts you. Oh man, the enemy team stole our speed cap. That sucks. Oh, we did. We captured a bunch. Okay, it's box time. All boxes. All boxes. Because we have a huge advantage right now, and it's down to the wire. This is the best way for us to contribute points right now. Because some of these boxes can be worth hundreds, right? And we have just a couple more minutes, or a couple more moments even, to try and win this game. Less than 1,000. We've still got most of the... Yeah. Good job, team. Way to pull that out in the end. Oh my god, that was down to the wire. Oh my goodness. I got 5 caps. I mean, my score and my overall rank weren't great that game, but I certainly contributed. But not nearly as much as a lot of my other teammates. So, mad kudos to y'all. Something that's shocking me, yesterday I was seeing a lot of healers kind of in the top of things. I'm not seeing a lot of healers in the top anymore. Or even in the game. Where's all the healers at? There's a healer. There's a healer. There's a healer. Maybe. That might be a DPS. Yeah, it's a DPS. It's shocking to me. This person got 1.1 million heal, but only had 1,800 points. Because you're supposed to get points for every 50,000 heals. So this should have been 23 sets of points. So that's kind of crazy. That would kind of be equivalent of like 23 kills. So I'm pretty shocked that they didn't steal Juggernaut plate boots. Already have mine. With a maximum stamina. Don't need that. Alright, let's go take a look here. We should have climbed a couple more ranks there with that win. I can't believe that my team pulled that out. Hey, we're up to rank 14. What's up? We are now the 3rd tank on the screen here. It looks like Stepson accidentally lost his fight there. Oh, no. No, he's still at the same point values. He's just gone down a couple because some people got up ahead of him. But nice. 3rd highest ranked tank. Rank 14. This still feels super good. I want to go back to the rankings. I want to try and scroll this down again. A minute ago, we scrolled it all the way to the bottom, and it stopped at 1,000. Okay, it's still stopping at 1,000. I don't know if that's because only 1,000 people are playing, or what. I mean, considering the Steam charts, there's, 20 or so thousand people who are playing this game at peak concurrent times. So you would think that there would be more than that in the NA East, right? Across, there's 4 servers in the NA East. It's a pretty significant portion of the game. And so that's just concurrent is 20,000. So you'd think that maybe, 5 to 10,000 people are playing in the NA East at least. Probably more than that. You'd like to see I'd just like to know how many people are in the leaderboard overall, because I'd really like to know where I stand. Out of that 1,000, being in the top 10 puts you in the top 0.1. So even if it's just 1,000, I'm almost in the top 0.1%, which feels pretty good. Actually feels insanely good. All right, we're on the red team again. Keeps bouncing me back and forth now. Ooh, we sold something in the auction house. Hey, we sold our Aurora seafood platters. Nice. I like seeing that happen because it means we can kind of count on that. I've been really happy with all the stuff we've been selling in the auction house. If we look at our sell history here, a lot of our recent sales have been just random items that we've been crafting and stuff. And so that feels really good because it really gives credence to the idea that making those furniture items and working on that gathering and crafting is really going to be valuable for me. So I'm going to be able to get all of the currency and stuff I need to make my character, to try and make, new builds and all that stuff. It seems to all be kind of coming together. And that's real nice. Feels good. Feels real good. After this one, we're definitely going to have to go use the restroom real quick. Gotta get my speed capture buff. Hey, we got it. Let's try and sneak around here. Nice. Snag that middle. Now let's go snag their side. That person just ran right by me. Yoink. Nerd. Yeah, just in their backfield, taking all their buffs. Good job. Good job, everyone. We've got all of the big spots. So we've got mid and the two sides. Oh, now we've lost ours. Ooh, nice. That was a super good time to get that re-up on my speed cap. We come back up here and take this bad boy. They're in the process of taking theirs, so we're going to speed over there and see if we can help make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't even... Oh, they did take it. I fought this purple dude a couple of times. I think he can hit me. Yeah, he can get me. I didn't have my collision resistance or my CC resistance up there. I have it up now. Oh, he still got me. All it takes is just to be able to not get collision one time. Because I have the speed and it doesn't look like he does, any time that I can capture that, right, that's more time that I have his point than he does, because it takes him twice as long to get that point. And so hopefully somebody else from my team can come and stop that, and it looks like they did. So we are in control of 4 of the 5 points right now, so now our goal needs to be getting boxes, preferably in the enemy team's backfield here. Because I don't want them to be able to bring out, right, to get people with bonuses coming out. They've gotten their point back. They're trying to take a bunch of points right now. We should probably try and take their point back. Oh no, they took our point and we just got it back. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, so I'm gonna chill in their backfield here, and I'm just gonna keep picking up their boxes. They're just trying to be as much of a nuisance as I possibly can be. Nice. Yeah, I don't care if they get that stuff back because I want to be getting points while I have that one, right? And preferably, you know, we're over here getting like reinforced steels in their backfield, which is so good for us because reinforced steel is great for DPSs, it's great for tanks. I mean, reinforced steel is one of the best bonuses, one of the best buffs you can get. And so the fact that we're just constantly kind of taking those and leaving them without them is fantastic. We've had a lot of people coming over here wasting a lot of time trying to recap this stuff that we're capping. And that is phenomenal. We're getting a lot of points, too. We're getting less points than we would if they were capping more stuff in more places and we were running around sort of recapping things a lot more. We would be getting a lot more points. This person maybe has the speed buff, maybe not. But that's fine. They can have those 500 points. I don't care necessarily about my points more than I care about winning the game. So if we're still winning, even when people are doing things inefficiently, right? I only get annoyed when people slow cap things when I have a speed cap right in front of my face. If we're losing. If we're winning, you can have the points. I don't really give a shit. Hey, speed buff right out of the gate. That's what I'm talking about. I just run right past people too. I don't even care. I'm not here for a fight. I'm here for the win. And fighting is a waste of my time. It's not a waste of everybody's time, but when you do as little damage as I do, when you have as little impact in a fight as I do, it just doesn't do any good. Let's go take all their buffs. And then let's go try and capture their spot here. I missed out on my shift Q. I didn't get my heals up. But that's okay. I've been doing that a lot lately. Nice. We got the win. Rank 8. Feels good. Yeah, but we stomped on them pretty good there. That was a very lopsided fight. Very, very lopsided fight. But I feel like we were a part of the reason that it was a lopsided fight, right? Hey, rank 10. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That feels phenomenal. 11 wins, 4 losses. Super dope. But yeah, we only got 8 points for that one. So as your rank gets higher, you get less and less points, and you lose more and more points. So if I lose, I'll probably lose 11 points. Which feels crazy. So we're at 56. The people above me, the number 1 person is 12 points ahead of me. So I'd have to win 2 more to get up there. We're tied with quite a few. Oh, no, we're not tied with anybody. We're just kind of all by ourselves here at 1056. If we won another one, we'd probably get 8 points. We'd go all the way up to rank 5. I'm a little scared to play another one. Honestly, I'm really happy with being at rank 10. I do need to go use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then we are going to play another one, but I'm afraid to go down in rank. What I really can't wait for is to be strong enough to get to be the person who's like taking control of a point and just holding it. We've seen a couple of times where there are really strong people, really strong tanks on the enemy team, and they're just in the middle, just in control. Anytime somebody tries to cap, they're pushing them off. It doesn't really matter how many people are attacking them. They're just kind of there, this immovable force, keeping that point from getting swapped over. And I'd really like to get to do that, but I'm just not that strong yet. So it's fun to be out on the periphery. It's fun to be capping those points and running back and forth and moving around, gathering up those boxes, and it's a good time. But it'll also be a lot of fun to maybe just get to be that person that's just wading into it in the middle. I really can't wait for that. I also think those are maybe two totally different builds. There's an upward limit, I think, to how much collision and or collision resistance you need if you're going to be on the periphery. I honestly almost feel like collision chance is maybe a wasted stat for me. Maybe I've been putting too much into it, and just getting collision resistance, more endurance, heavy attack resistance, stuff like that might be a better option so that I can just be super tanky and just keep going and capturing points, right? And just never getting killed. And then who gives a shit if they go and cap behind me? Because I'm always going to have the speed cap buff up. I'm always going to have all these relentless steals up, or whatever the name of that buff is. And I've got, all of this ability to stay alive. And so, increasing movement speed, right? My shields all increase movement speed. So doing that, and maybe some stamina regen and stuff like that to keep myself sprinting around in morph form might ultimately be more valuable than trying to get myself the collision chance required to be able to try and push people off of points. And then I can just trade with them. And as long as I'm faster, as long as I'm more efficient at getting the captures, then ultimately we win those. So I don't know. We'll think a little more on it, but I think that might be the play. Just completely. So it's kind of two schools of thought, right? Either you're affecting your enemy or you're affecting yourself. And it's much easier to have a much more consistent experience if what you're doing is all centered on you, right? And that's always been a big part of tanking, is making yourself as much of a barrier as possible. And so in the last decade and a half or so, there's also been a lot of pushing, pulling kind of mechanics that get added to tanking specifically for PvP. But in this specific situation, right, this is a very goal-oriented game mode, and that goal is to capture those points. And so I think I've gotten a little sidetracked from that, because I want to be able to knock people off of the points as well. But I really don't think that's necessary. I think we can just get more, and that'll give us more resistances too, right? Because we've got to get stun resistance, we got to get collision resistance, we've got to get seduction resistance, which is a weaken, maybe? It's a something. But then, we could get more weakness resistance, which would allow us to resist a lot more of the debuffs. They cause us to get killed. We're on red team again. And so just being able to put more resistances is, if we take a look at our runes, I think even my runes have, collision chance here. I think I've got quite a big collision chance actually on my runes. And so if instead I went, collision resistance here or something, can I even put collision resistance on these? Nope, just collision chance. Skill damage resistance, that's, almost infinitely better. Bonus to shield health. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to have to make some changes. I think we're going to stop trying to collision people. I think that's the play. I think that is definitely the play. Skill damage reduction is holy shit good. Why am I not using that? What was I thinking, chat? I think I might change it right this moment, actually. Yeah. That's the play right there. Hells to the yeah. And we're not even going to try. And that's going to change, honestly, probably our whole skill build. Because I've taken a lot of collision skills. Right? I have 4 collision skills on my bar right now that I honestly don't need. So we're going to go back into Orb. And we're going to look at using this skill here. And using the blade skill from Orb as a heal. And trying to heal myself some more. And just make myself tankier. Because that's what I'm about. I just want to be tanky. I don't care about nothing else. When enemies hit me, I want them to get demoralized. I want their actions to demoralize them. Oh, you attacked me? Be sad. Oh, come on, give me a speed capture buff. Why does this game hate me? Oh man, this sucks. Yeah, there it is. That sweet, sweet sound. Okay. We're winning, except we don't have mid. So let's go change that. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka shakalaka shakalaka. Yeah, that person up there doesn't have the speed capture buff, and I just stole their speed capture buff. So they're sitting up there trying to defend that. They're not able to collision me off. They're not taking the speed buff, so it's taking them twice as long to capture it back as it took me. Now I'm just going to capture this right back. And so now I'm going to go over here, right? I'm going to take up a bunch of the buffs from their allies. I'm going to let them capture that back because it takes them twice as long. I get some points out of it. I get stronger out of it. I inhibit their team out of it. Oh, wow. Okay, so they've taken over the rest of the map. That's cool. I guess I spent too much time focused on one little spot there. Got to remember to move around. That's on me. Especially if the rest of your team isn't remembering to move around. You just have to be that person, right? You gotta be the dude who's getting the stuff done. If this person knocks me off again, then I will use my big skill. There we go. Oh, wow. The fact that they were able to collision me off while I was in my transform, I get an extra 300 collision resistance. I get an extra 300 all types of resistance. So this person has insane collision. Thankfully, I was able to get that right there, but I'm not going to be able to stop that person, right? There's no way I have the collision for that. So the only thing I can really do is try and cap it right back. And hope that enough of my teammates can, like, kill this person or something. Or I just have to leave it, right? I might, because this person's never going to kill me. I'm never going to kill them. hopefully, yeah, it looks like they decided to go and try and cap some other stuff. They kind of did the same thing I did, where they were sitting against sort of an inferior opponent there. And spending time recapping what I was capping, while their team was sort of in the process of losing everything else. We both kind of made the same mistake there. We got a lot of caps already, though. Goodness, we be capping. What are we at on the caps? We're at 6 caps already? Yeah, good job. That feels right. We're definitely gonna focus on just being able to capture things. Being able to knock people off is great. And being able to be that person who stands like at the ×2 or something like that of the other team. Is super cool. And you can really have a huge impact that way, right? Because the other team is just like trying to kill you. They send all of their resources into trying to kill you. And then you're just standing there alive, fucking up their whole world. I don't have the speed cap buff. My speed cap buff went down. I never got it back. Despite the fact that I was sitting there just gathering boxes that whole time. Hopefully I survived this. Yeah, I of course wasn't going to. I'm silenced. I like that they put that gray up for the silence. I had never seen that. I like having an indicator that says, hey, you can't do shit. Something super visual like that. So we got to go look for our speed buff, right? We didn't have it there. And it obviously kept us from getting that point. I think we would have captured it otherwise. So just got to spend time on that, right? We can't waste time trying to capture things that we're going to fail at. Hey, I think we just got it. Looks like they're going to go ahead and get mid here, maybe. Oh. I can maybe get mid, though. Nope. I didn't get my resistance up there. Yeah, no, I don't have the collision resistance for that. We're gonna keep trying. We've got some fighters over here, and I'm not dying, which is fine. So I can just keep coming over here with my shield up. They're gonna keep pushing me off, and that's fine. We'll just keep trying to get it. And if they ever miss their collisions or miss their stuns, or if my team pushes them off, yeah, like that, then we'll be good to go. And now we'll go try and get theirs. Looks like they're just trading back and forth with a person up there, which is fine. That doesn't really bother me. Pad my score a little bit. That felt nice. Hey, rank 6. Doing good. Doing real good. Yeah, that was pretty one-sided. I mean, we were the top 7. Top 7 scores was our team. So, but 7 caps. They also had somebody with 7 caps. Good job, no save for words. Oh, they had 2 people with 7 caps. Holy cow. Good job to both of those peoples. That feels really bad to get all those caps. One of the things that they're not necessarily doing right about this strat, they're getting the caps, but they seem to be fighting instead of boxing. Yo, what's up, Gravy Train? How are you? But yeah, let's get out of there. And let's go check, see where we're at again. Hey, we're up to rank 7. Become addicted to the touch designer software? Good. It's good to be addicted to good software. So this is the highest point value we've ever had. But we're up 12 wins, 4 losses. We are now at a 75% win rate, which is awesome. Let's take a look at our game record here. Why is it? Why does it do this? Where it doesn't show. It's not showing my recent stuff at all. There it goes. It gets all confused and like goes back in time. We've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row, which is epic. This is even better than my first win streak, right? We had 5 and then 2 losses, a win, 2 losses, boom, 6 wins. To take us right back up to a 75% win rate, which feels just awesome. Like, I can't even describe it. I feel so good right now. I don't know who this person is, but check this out. This person has 1 more win and 1 less loss than me. So we've played the same number of games, and they're up on me by 18 points. I mean, I guess that's right. That would be an 18-point swing, because I would have not lost 10 points and gained 8 points instead. So I guess that's totally reasonable. But that hurts. No, yeah, they're up on me by 18. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. All right, let's get back in there, dude. Oh my god. Oh, I can't register anymore. It's not 30 yet. So I think they set it up. So you get a 3-hour window where you're supposed to be able to register, but I think they close it. Oh no, it's just broken again. They used to make generative visuals, like using music and stuff. Hey, welcome back there, Chris. Generative visuals like music. Your friends sound super annoying, Chris. I'm not gonna lie. What do you mean by that? Like having animations and stuff happening, like a synthesizer that shows like certain visuals with the beats of the music and stuff like that. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I would just tell him to fuck off there, dude. Respect my decision. Okay. Well, that was a great run today. For the first bit of ranked stuff that we can do there. So we're probably not going to stay in rank 7. We might. Some of these other people might be in games right now. And so they might win and then they might come up and be above us. But I think we're going to end the second day end the second set of games that we get to play in in the top 10. I don't know why the normal battlegrounds seem broken again, though. The normal battlegrounds were working when I changed to UTC, and now they're broken again. So maybe I need to go back and change back to the other one. Let's go see. Maybe things aren't over. Now let's go into the battlegrounds and see what's up. Nope, still broken. They really gotta work on this. It might just be because they're turned off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. I told them tonight's the last time I'm playing New World, then gonna take a break off my PS5 to spend time with my 2 dogs. Nice. Yeah, so basically it collects different data from music, or it can also take data from video, like lighting and things, convert that into image data to create various abstract looking visuals which self-animates. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Gotta spend time with those dogs, Chris. Super duper important. No point in having pets if you're not gonna love on them. Which is why I don't have pets. I would be a bad pet owner. I would be too busy playing video games. It's going great. We're kicking ass, dude. We're kicking ass. I am currently in the top 10 on the solo battlegrounds ranking boards for the NA East region. Despite the fact that I am wildly undergeared. Like, wildly undergeared. I still have almost 2,000 gear score that I can get. So I'm at 6,400, and I know at least one person who's at 8,100. So I'm only about 2/3 of the way to my potential maximum gear. Sorry, 3/4 of the way to my potential maximum gear score. So, like, as bad as I am just smoking people right now, in a couple of months when we get all maxed out, I'm gonna be just a nightmare on the battlegrounds. What's up, BMO? How are you? Got anything else? So the auction house is currently under maintenance. What did you all do? Why did they break the game? The normal battlegrounds are broken. Oh my god. What's going on, y'all? What are you doing to me? Yeah. Feels real good though. Feels real good. I'm even higher up today. So we had 8 games under our belt yesterday. We got another 8 games under our belt today. Yesterday we only won. Well, no, I guess today we won 6 games too, but we won them all in a row. Yeah, our first 2 games were losses today. We dropped all the way down to rank 140 something or 170 something. And then we did a 6-game win streak to bring us all the way back up to rank 7. And then here in a little while, hopefully, we'll get another 3 hours of BG time. In the meantime, I got to go do some fishing. A gigantrite pops in about 45 minutes. So we're going to get some fishing done. We're going to get ourselves some starfish so we can up our cooking. We're going to go ride gigantrite around and try and get some resources and stuff for the cooking or for the furniture crafting. And then we'll try and throw some things together, see if we can't make a little lucent. And then life will be good. We got to come all the way out here. So I don't know what it was. I'm trying to get these Aurora starfish. And if I fish from right here, no Aurora starfish. But if I just swim out a little ways to this little island and fish off of this island over this way, then I get Aurora starfish. Because the game is trying to upset me. So we got to come all the way out here. We can't just go to that beach over there. Because, you know, why would the game want me to be able to go to the close beach instead of making me go to the far beach? Ooh, this is a hard fish to catch. Please stop going that way. Oh, it's going to get away for sure. Yep. I wonder what kind of fishy that was. You know, it's crazy the fact that New World is dying and then they buff the hell out of the flail damage. Yeah, I mean the whole way they handled the closing of New World is the most flabbergasting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know who's making those decisions, but that person needs to get a brain scan. I'm pretty sure they've got brain worms. Or maybe it's like a Ratatouille situation where there's just a mouse up there pulling on their hair, making them do stuff. And the mouse doesn't really know what's going on, so it's just making random decisions. I don't know what's going on. But there is not a rational mind behind whatever's happening with New World right now. Well, so Amazon Game Studios isn't totally gone. They have enough of a crew. Oh, they did give out the turkey event today? That's funny. They said they weren't going to have any more holiday events. So that's strange. Good old Turkulon. I mean, the problem is that making those statements and making those statements in such an absolute way and then doing things like giving new content, like giving holiday events, doing stuff like that after you said you weren't going to, is only detrimental to the company and to the game overall, right? Because you came out and you said, hey, there's not going to be any new content. And then you start giving out new content. I'm not going to go back for it because I've already now wasted some additional time, right? I left the game because of the information you gave me, and I came over to Throne and Liberty. Had I known that these other things were going to happen beforehand, I would have spent my time, staying in New World, developing my character, developing my crafting skills and stuff like that. But you told me nothing else is going to get added to the game, right? We're done. It's over. The game is going to be in the state that it's in right now until we decide to sunset it. And you said that in some very absolute terms and gave no indication that there was anything that you were already in the process of working on that might get added to the game in a less than complete form in the future. And had you given me that information, I can make a better decision. But if you're going to refuse to give me the information that I need to make an educated decision, then I'm going to make a decision that's best for me based on the information you did give me. And since all the information you gave me was we give up, cut bait, and leave, I'm going to cut bait and leave. Like, that's... I took you at your word and did what you said. And now it almost feels like they're trying to get people to come back. Like, what are you doing? If you wanted people to stay in your game, don't tell them that you're discontinuing support for the game. Or at least content support for the game. What an asinine fucking thing to do. I'm sure they saw the numbers going up over the last 6 months, and especially after Nighthaven dropped. And they were all excited. They were like, oh, the last 6 months of our game are going to be so good. And then they, put out their announcement and everything crashed. And they're like, oh no, numbers not go up anymore. Like if they wanted the game shut down, why say you're keeping them till 20? Well, so you have to keep the game going for a certain amount of time. Specifically, especially in the UK, there's some laws and stuff about how long a game has to be available to a person after they've purchased it, if there isn't already like an explicit shutdown time available when they make the purchase or something like that. I don't know exactly what the European laws are. I live in the United States, so European laws don't really affect me. Except that they do oftentimes affect the games that I play because games are often put out to a global market. And so instead of just following the European laws only in Europe, a lot of times they do stuff that is in compliance with European laws, but that has an impact on the global market because European laws are some of the strictest laws when it comes to live service games and stuff like that. And so they have to give so much notice. They have to have the game available for X amount of time. They have to do all these things or they run afoul of European legislation. And so that's why the game is going to continue to at least exist in a playable state for X amount of time. But, the thing that really got me and the reason that I was concerned about the game, even as it's going to be continuing for the next few months, is they also fired basically the entirety of the dev team. And while there will be there to keep things kind of running in a maintenance mode, when you don't have a lot of developers, you don't have the ability to deal with bugs and stuff. Right, and there's always going to be new bugs that are coming out. You can't just leave code to sit and expect it to continue to operate. Over time, things just get wonky. And so you have to have people there to do code maintenance to keep things operating the way they need to be. And so if you've fired 90% of the dev team or 99% of the dev team, and all you've got is a couple of people to, run regular patches and stuff like that, to turn off the servers and turn them back on, periodically for maintenance modes and stuff, then you don't have enough people to develop solutions for those bugs as they come. And the game is just going to deteriorate over that time. So there's no point, in my opinion, even if they are, allowing us to have the holiday events, even if they are putting out daggers, right? Putting out those daggers probably added a bunch of crazy shit to the game. I'm not going to lie. I feel like Amazon had this plan for months. I feel the same way, Chris. I really do. And I put out a video on it. And I absolutely, because it takes a long time to fire that many people, to close down an entire division of your company, and completely pivot that company or that division away from live service games to Snoop Dogg courtroom, right? That takes way more than the 2 weeks it took to put um, all that together. And so another thing, and I think this constitutes fraud, and I think it should be investigated. But when you put out all of your marketing materials for Nighthaven, there was no indication that Nighthaven was going to be the last patch, the last content patch for the game. And so if you had knowledge that Nighthaven was going to be the last content patch, and you didn't tell people in your marketing materials that it was going to be the last content patch, then that means that people had a reasonable assumption that the game was going to continue to be under content development, and you had information that you omitted, right? That's a lie of omission. That is false advertising. That you had this information that would have significantly impacted people's decision to buy the game, people's decision to buy the battle pass, people's decision to buy royal marks or whatever, royal crowns, whatever their currency is. So you had this information that a reasonable person would know would have a significant impact on a person's decision to buy the game, and then you omitted that. And that lie of omission can be considered false advertising, which is a form of fraud. So I absolutely think it needs to be investigated, because if there was prior knowledge, and I don't think that there's any reason to believe that there isn't prior knowledge or wasn't prior knowledge, then I absolutely believe that constitutes fraud and that they should be investigated and prosecuted for it, 100%. Because a ton of people bought that game when the Nighthaven release came out. A ton of people bought that battle pass with the expectation that that game was going to be continued to be under development, right? They were already putting out roadmaps for, season 11, for the battle royale mode, telling us when we were going to be getting daggers, talking about the future of the game. And I understand not wanting to come out and say, hey, we're thinking about closing the game down, because I understand that could hurt your sales, but you have to, right? You can't mislead consumers because you haven't 100% made a decision yet. You need to make the decision, and then you need to give us information. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't have any faith in anything that they put out anymore. I don't care how interesting or how good of a party game Snoop Dogg Courtroom might be, because I don't have any problem with the Snoop Dogg Courtroom game, right? I'm not really on the bandwagon of people saying, oh, they closed down New World for this AI slop garbage. I think it's actually a pretty interesting use of AI, and I think it's a really good party game. And while I totally think that you could just get on ChatGPT and kind of make the same party game for yourself in ChatGPT and just play that instead, attaching Snoop Dogg to it, having Snoop Dogg's voice in it, that whole, it gives it a certain dynamic. And so I think that it could be fun. But I'll never play it. And it has nothing to do with them closing New World. It has to do with the way they close New World. I no longer have faith in any game that Amazon puts out. I wouldn't have come back to Throne and Liberty if there wasn't a statement made by NCSoft that they would want to continue the global version of the game, even if Amazon Game Studios pulled out as the publisher for the global version. Because I don't have faith in Amazon to continue to support live service games anymore. And so if there wasn't at least a good chance that NCSoft would just personally publish the global version or find a new publisher for the global version, then I wouldn't be playing this game either. Because I don't think that Amazon no longer has the right to my time, because they obviously don't respect my time. They don't respect the fact that I need information to make good decisions about how I use my time, they see my decision-making faculties as a barrier to them getting my money, and that's all they see it as. And so, fuck you. I'm gonna laugh if there's an investigation with ADS for false advertising their game. Just FSO. I mean, there should be. Unfortunately, it's not gonna happen in the United States, right? Our FTC is super corrupt. So, I mean, we saw that when, what's his name? I forgot who the late night show host was that got fired and brought back Jimmy Kimmel. And the FTC was like straight up threatening the network studio, like, fire this person or else. So I don't see the US government going after Amazon for it, but maybe a different government might decide to. I do think that potentially the European Union might do something. They, like I said, they have much more strict laws, and they're constantly developing new laws and new guidelines for live service games and stuff like that. And, you know, trying to get some consumer protections in there. I'm not saying that they're doing a fantastic job, or, you know, I'm not. The EU and the governments of Europe are not uncorrupt. They just happen to, in this one area, be a little further down the good road than we are. So, exactly, though, why sit there with a bald-faced lie and say who we're not adding content and then proceed? Well, so they already had. That lie doesn't matter to me. That was a stupid lie, right? That lie hurt them. And I don't care if they lie or misspeak or something like that in a way that hurts them, because that's not my problem. The only time I'm going to be upset about somebody lying like that is when they lied through omission and got a bunch of people to spend money. It's only when they lie in a way that is actively hurting their player base that I think is a problem. And I think all they did was just get their game shut down earlier by lying to us about not getting us daggers or anything like that. Or I mean, not even really lying, but just not taking the time to consider those things, right? I don't even think when that information went out about no more content updates, I don't even think they thought, like, well, what should we do with all this stuff we already developed, right? Because daggers were already in development. They're not in a finished state right now. I'm sure they just gave you whatever version of daggers they had. But there was no consideration for that, right? The person who made all those decisions, who put out all that information, they didn't even stop and go, well, what about all this stuff we have over here? What should we do with it? And so that decision was just made after. To be honest, I think the game will be dead by December or January this year. The game's already dead. It's over. Player numbers have cratered to one of the worst positions they've ever been in. You're not, you know, none of the rivalries are going to continue, because there's a timer now. And there aren't enough devs to keep that game in a good position. There just aren't. You got rid of them all. Let's see, we got 20 minutes till Gigantrite comes out. Okay, we got plenty of time still to catch some more Aurora starfishies then. Aurora starfishies. I'm kind of getting a little excited for where winds meet too. They have an interesting skill system. They have an interesting idea behind that PvP slash PvE thing. Or, sorry, not PvP slash PvE, MMO slash single player thing, which could be interesting. I think the game is going to be a little narrow, though. I don't know. The combat's just like New World. I've seen some videos of the combat. The combat doesn't seem just like New World at all, actually. It might be an action combat system, but New World was very grounded, right? The combat in New World was very, I don't want to say realistic because obviously you can't shoot fireballs or rain down meteors from the sky in real life. But it was really grounded, right? You were on the ground, you moved fairly slowly, skills activated fairly slowly. But Where Winds Meet seems very, I mean, it's a wushu game, right? So there's a lot of like flying up into the sky and different stuff like that that goes on. Just your typical sort of wushu, mystic karate or mystic kung fu kind of stuff that goes on. And so I don't think that's really very much like New World at all. Just it being an action combat game, I don't think makes it like New World. But I am interested in it. And I'm interested in the way they're doing skills, and I'm interested in the way they're doing builds. We've talked about before on the channel, I really, really like the deck building aspect of making my character. And so the deeper that system can be, the more interesting I think it'll be. I wanna spend time sitting in town with my menus open, looking at my character going, okay, what am I trying to accomplish? What stats and what skills are going to help me accomplish that in the most interesting to me way? Right? I want to spend that time because your game can't be all about moment to moment gameplay. Right? Moment to moment gameplay is fun and there's a lot to explore there, but that's only one aspect of the possibility of exploration in your game. Right? There's real exploration where I go and I actually look around your world. And then there's the exploration of my character and my build and all that stuff. And that also needs lots of attention because there is a significant portion of MMO players who are very, very interested in not necessarily the spreadsheets, but the math behind how your character does what it does and optimizing that math in a very specific way for themselves. And so I hope that this game has, a lot of that. Oh, interesting. Seahorse is going to give me some aura there. That's cool. Dissolve all those fishies into fish bait. And then get some more fish bait. What do we got? We got 15 minutes till the big flying thing comes in. Yeah, we're going to keep doing some fishing. We need some more Aurora starfishes. I want to cook more of those meals because they sold really well. And I want to make that money. Gonna stream Stray tomorrow? Nice. I've never played Stray. It's just really not my kind of game, but it was very, very popular when it first came out. I'm sure you'll have a good stream. That's a very good example of really good world exploration, as far as I can tell from what little I've seen and know about it. Lots of, verticality and different levels and different ways to get places, and I mean, just pure exploration, really. I think that's very important. I think it's only one aspect of a game, but that game's not trying to be more than just that aspect, right? And this is actually something me and my older brother talked about last night. Is there are a couple of genres, RPGs, games like Stray, roguelites, stuff like that. There are a couple of genres of games that are really just single mechanics brought to their most pure form. And so I think there's a lot to learn from stuff like that. Um, if you could get the pure exploration of a game like Stray implemented into, an MMORPG, then that would be the best exploration in any MMORPG, because the exploration of the world of Stray is significantly better than the exploration of most MMO worlds, if not all. If you looked at roguelites and looked at some of the character building and moment to moment gameplay of roguelites, a lot of them are significantly better than a lot of the moment to moment gameplay and character building of a lot of other games like MMOs. And so if you could mash some of those things together, if you could go, find your favorite exploration game, find your favorite moment to moment gameplay game, find your favorite deck building game, and then find a way to bring those things together and into an MMO, then I think you would do really well. I haven't even played the Need for Speed games that I've bought for my birthday this year. I have never played a Need for Speed game. I'm also not really a racer. I'm an adventure gamer pretty much all the way. Specifically an adventure combat gamer, like an action adventure gamer. I like to go out and I like to have a weapon. Right? I like there to be some bad guys that I'm murdering. Those are the kinds of things that really interest me. So a lot of that other stuff, I've played some racing games in the past. When I was a kid, me and my brothers played some racing games, but we always end up coming back to like RPGs and ARPGs, MMORPGs, stuff like that. It's pretty much our bread and butter. But I don't think those games are bad. I've never played well, that's not true. I've not never played Black Desert, but I've only played about 10 minutes of Black Desert. I bought it when it was on sale for 99 cents, and I just didn't really, just straight out of the gate, wasn't really for me. So I've never really gotten into it. It is an extraordinarily pay to win game. Um, Give me one moment, please. We appear to be having technical difficulties. I'm gonna try and load back in, but it seems like actually let's open up my web browser and let's go to the status page, the server status page, Throne and Liberty server status. And let's see if it actually went into maintenance mode or if it was just telling me that. Eastern America. Okay, well, they still all say online. They did just go offline, so it could take a couple of minutes for this to update. But I'll go ahead and try and log back on here and see if I can get back into the game or not. because it totally kicked me out of the game. So we'll see. It didn't even kick me back to the server screen. It just booted me. Destiny 2 will be the next game to shut down. Their player numbers are worse now due to the negative feedback in the last expansion. That's too bad. I know a lot of people were pretty excited about that expansion. Sucks that it didn't get a good reception. Not that I have, I mean, I have some fond memories of the original Destiny. I played it when I was in the military on a friend's PlayStation. Felt real good. Was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, Throne and Liberty is under maintenance. We apologize for the inconvenience. Okay, so you can't even get into the server screen right now. Something has gone seriously wrong, it seems. Which means, unfortunately, that's probably going to put an end to our stream today. Yeah, it has been having some issues. The auction house was down just now, and a bunch of other stuff. So I don't know if there was some sort of a glitch or something like that, an exploit that was being hammered. I don't know. There's definitely been some problems that have been happening the past couple of days since the most recent patch. So, I mean, that's fine. They got to get in there. They got to fix stuff. Games have to go down from time to time for maintenance. But yeah, I think we're going to call that the end of the stream there. Thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for the deep conversation about, New World and gaming and stuff there, Chris. I really appreciate that. Stuff like that that really makes you think is a lot of fun for me. I like to consider why things maybe happened. How could they have been handled better? Stuff like that really gets the brain working, and I enjoy it. So thank you. Yeah, sorry that we had to have such a short stream today, but we will be back at the regular time tomorrow, which is going to be right around 4 to 4:30 in the afternoon Eastern time, because that's when we're going to be able to get in and get into those ranked battlegrounds from now on. Super excited about the fact that we managed to finish out our day today on rank 7. Being in the top 10 and being as low power as I am is just so fucking exciting for me. I'm over the moon. You don't even know. But yeah, so I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and I will see you all on the next one tomorrow.